Hey guys, Trevor here and welcome to another episode of my Urban Terror Weapon Guide. Today we will be focusing on the Kalashnikov AK103. Moving right into the damage here, you see that you'll get hit in the head for 100% damage, and the torso for 51% damage, and in the arms and in the legs for 19% damage. Now if you're wearing a helmet, you'll get hit in the head for 58% damage, and if you're wearing a Kevlar vest, you'll be hit in the torso for 34% damage. So by these numbers you can see that this assault rifle is the most powerful assault rifle in the game. So now I'm just showing you the different bullet spread or recoil patterns of this gun, and as you can see it's first with no attachments, then with a laser sight, then with a silencer, and then with both attachments. And this gun does have quite a bit of recoil, the most recoil of all assault rifles, so it's better to burst fire this gun. Also, it has a 3-second reload and a slower fire rate of 443 rounds per minute to compensate for its high damage. So now that that's out of the way, I'll start talking a little bit about the real life stuff and then move on into the in-game stuff. And I guess I'll start out with the real life stuff like I always do. So the AK103 is a modern Russian designed version of the famous AKM assault rifle, chambered for the 7.62 by 39mm M43 round. It combines the AKM design with developments from the AK-74 and the AK-74M, with the use of plastics to replace metal or wooden components wherever possible to reduce overall weight. So as you can see, and as you've learned by now, it's an assault rifle from Russia, and it was designed by the famous designer Mikhail Kalashnikov. And I know it's not just him; he's credited with making the AK-47 and all those AK guns, I assume. But it wasn't just him, there was like a team of people working on it, but I guess with Soviet Russia and the communists and everything, it's good to have just like one person to thank for it. It was designed in 1994, the AK-103, and like I said previously, it uses a 7.62 by 39mm cartridge. Now, its rate of fire in real life is a little bit higher than it is in game at 600 rounds per minute, but again, because this is a game and there is gun balancing issues, because this gun has the highest damage of all assault rifles, they need to balance it out by giving it a lower fire rate and higher recoil. It has a 30-round detachable box magazine, which is, it's just very common with all assault rifles in game, and apparently in real life too. So that's all I have to say about the real life stuff about the AK-103, and I will now talk about the gameplay, or how I like to use it when I'm playing Urban Terror. And I'm sorry that this gameplay is muted, but going for gameplay is sort of kind of boring, and I'm casual about my gaming, so I do have my friends talking to me, and their voices were recorded while I was playing this, so unfortunately I have to mute it because you'd be hearing more people talking over me. So, how I like to use this gun? Well, I don't really like to use it ever because of the fact that it just has such high recoil, and I, for one, cannot deal with that recoil. I know a lot of people can deal with it, because I do see people use it, and if you can use it, it's great because it does do so much damage. You just tear through everyone, but it's useful for getting like 2-shot kills if someone's not wearing Kevlar or anything, and that's what I like about this gun. But yeah, I try not to use it in general, just because of the fact that I can't manage the recoil, and to me it always seems like I'll shoot everywhere but the person, like I'll shoot all around them. However, I did get this gameplay all in one night, and there are a few nice clips. So after a while I use it, I will start getting better with it, and I don't know, I guess I'll just get more used to it and used to the recoil patterns, and I can adapt to it. But in general, I don't really like to use it just because just the way its attributes are, and it has a low rate of fire and stuff like that. That's just not the way that I want my guns to function. However, if I do have to use it, I have experimented extensively with all the attachments and stuff. Well, not extensively because there's only 3, but I've used all the attachments a lot. Because on most guns, like, I know what attachments I like to use and what attachments I don't, but on this gun I didn't quite know, so I used all 3 combinations. And what I found was, because its recoil is so high, it really doesn't matter what you use. Some people might like the laser sight. I, for one, don't, just because I can see the muzzle flash, and to me, I guess it's just a mental thing, or I know it's a mental thing, but the muzzle flash just makes it seem to me that there is more recoil, so therefore I use the silencer, and it does do a lot of damage, so if you put a silencer on that, you can sort of like assassinate people, I guess. But that's really all I have to say about this gun. I mean, use Kevlar because you're not going to be able to take people by surprise, or like you won't be able to face them in a one-on-one gunfight unless you're just shooting them center mass the whole time, which is hard because of all the recoil. So you may want to consider using some Kevlar protection, just because of the fact that if you catch people off guard, it's great, but if you're going head on, it might not be as good. But then again, all the guns in this game are rather balanced, so take that as you will. I just like the silencer, and right here I just tried to stealth the flag, or I did actually, without killing anyone. I just thought that would be a fun thing to do. And one last thing before this weapon guide ends is that I did party up. I got my friend to make me some music, because he is an aspiring producer of music and musician, and he sat down with me and made this background music, which is pretty awesome. I'm really happy with it. It was, it was very cooperative, and just in general, I really like it. So I will leave his channel in the description, Dog Studios. This has been the Urban Terror Weapon Guide for the AK103. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.